to thank participants in the new Godfather election. DeSantucci from Florida and Cruzo from Texas. And from the Bronx, we have with us Alexa Ocasio-Cortez. I see Pencio from Indianapolis. My friends Larissa from New York and San Marino from Brooklyn. Our godmother Kamalina from California, also Nana Pericolosa from there. And some of Al Trumpone's underbosses, Nikki Sapatella and Donnie Jr. Thank you again for your help with this meeting, Al Trumpone. This Godfather campaign wouldn't have been possible without you.
It's what I do best, Don Biden. I make meetings great again.
Why do you guys always get the big meatballs? Not fair.
Speaking of cuts, anyone seen my email about Al Trumpone's meatballs?
Hold on. We need to address climate change. The ice in my drink is melting way too fast. We should talk about sustainable meatballs. Grass-fed, shall we?
Once I went to McDonald's farm, or was it a movie set? Anyway, cows are just so intriguing. They are like bulls without balls.
Keep Paul, Alexa, translate, keep Paul in Italian, in English.
What a pain in the ass, Kamalina. Or maybe in your balls, Al Trumpone?
Alexa Ocasio-Cortez. When I was the Godfather, my balls were huge. They tasted way better. I would give myself an A+. I can't wait to be the Don again so you can taste my sausage.
Balls make me think of Cancun. Everything makes me think of Cancun.
That's because you're always looking for a vacation from your responsibilities.
I love vacations and responsibilities. Both are just so important.
Focus. We need unity and a well-stocked bar.
Our organization has been about preserving traditions and also innovating with fentanyl. But Nana Pericolosa is right. It's all about the booze. It's always been about the booze. And ice cream, of course.
When I was the Don, our bar was tremendous. I've seen nothing but decline since you've taken over, Don B. Doon.
Maybe if you spent more time at the bar instead of what's called Twitter, you'd have a different perspective. The only thing tremendous back then was your ego. And the only decline I see is in your hairline.
With all due respect to this important meeting, but my mind starts to wander. And I'm back in Cancun sipping on a cold Morito. Do you feel the same, Sandorino?
Cruzo, if instead of spending lavishly on your trips, we taxed a bit of that and invested it in education, we could offer free college to all our aspiring gangbangers.
Okay, folks, let's steer the conversation back. Like when you're driving a car and you take a wrong turn and you're like, oh no, where am I? That's why they made maps, right? And like maps are super important because they tell you where to go. Kind of like our meeting agenda, which I think we have somewhere. And don't even get me started on gas. So let's make sure we got enough meeting gas and steer it back to our map. I mean, our agenda. What were we talking about again?
Green energy. That's what bars need. And maybe some pasta alla Genovese. They're green and eco-friendly.
Green energy, that's cute, Alexa, but let me tell you, in Florida, our bars are powered by sunshine and good vibes.
Oh, I've been there. Or was it a theme park? Either way, I love their alligators, or were they crocodile?
You need to tell them that our southern border is crucial. It brings the votes we need to win, and the Sicarios we need to make cement shoes.
Hey, a Southern thing, it's the key to my big win. The votes, they come from there. And those, what's their names? Sika something they're the best for, shoe stuff.
I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed. But we certainly believe now that the border issue is settled. It's open bar at the southern border, period.
I believe it's a rough situation over there. There's no question about it. So if I don't get the Godfather job again, I'm branching out and I'll build a wall around Mar-a-Lago.
I just want a drink. Can someone pass the water?
It's recycled rainwater, Pencio. That's okay?
I have a new idea for our cruise. We call it Screen Gang Initiative. It's both environmentally friendly and exciting. We tag Mercedes and BMW in green. Then we carjack their owners with Army green pistols.
Finally, someone speaking my language. Now we're talking. Thank you, Nana Pericolosa.
And we'll communicate our plans using carrier pigeon. No more email issues.
We need unity. How about going to the opera all together?
I can sing. I bleached my karaoke app, but I still can sing.
Karaoke? Granny, in Florida, we have beach parties.
Oh, I love sand. It's just so sandy.
Listen up, folks. Part-time or full-time. It's part-time. I promise to work my hardest, at least until the next long weekend, which starts on Friday all the way until Wednesday.
If I'm not the Don full-time, I'm launching a Godfather apprentice. It'll be huge.
I'll be your silent partner.
Look, we're getting sidetracked again. So are we doing this part-time or full-time?
I keep hearing this nonsense about running our garbage business part-time. It would be a disgrace for us wise guys.
Yeah, Paul. I've heard the FBI mumbling about it in the men's room. The director of national intelligence said it. And by the way, more importantly, the FBI said it. And I don't say that because I think the FBI has more credibility. I say that because it's pretty clear that the FBI has done whatever they possibly could. So if they're even coming out and saying this, meaning the upper levels of the FBI, the door kickers love us, not so much the bureaucrats at the top.
Donnie, let me tell you something about part-time jobs. They're for college students and for people flipping burgers. Not that there's anything wrong with flipping burgers. It's idealistic. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing.
I love burgers, especially with ketchup and pickles. Do we have pickles?
Stay sit, Carmelina. Now, when I built my empire, which, by the way, was huge and the best, everyone says so. Did I do it part-time?
Felt like you were golfing most of the time.
Golfing is strategy, Sandarino. Is where you make the big deals. Anyway, our waste management consulting is not a 9-to-5 thing. It's a 24/7 occupational hazard.
Wait, does that mean no weekends off? I was planning a sustainable retreat.
Alexa, no breaks, no off days, and definitely no retreats unless they're gold-plated. We've got a huge problem to fix. We went broke under Don Bidone, but he's the only one laughing to the bank.
I've been saying we should do a fundraiser. A bake sale, perhaps? I can make fentanyl laced chocolate chip cookies.
We're not selling cookies, Nana Pericolosa. We're selling dreams. The dream that the Cosa Nostra can be great again. But for that, we need someone at the helm round the clock.
Lexa is right. Everyone needs a little downtime.
Downtime is for the weak, and besides, I'm willing to do overtime. Paid overtime, of course.
Paid in burgers?
Paid to respect Camelina in legacy. And being the best godfather La Cosa Nostra ever had. We love winners. We love winners. Winners are winners.
So, a health care plan is off the table.
We'll discuss benefits later. But mark my words, if you want this ship to sail smoothly, you need a full-time captain, and who better than me? And when you're talking about climate change, oceans are very small, and it blows over and it sails over.
It's time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. So I think it's very important, and as you have heard from so many incredible leaders for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history of the Cosa Nostra, and in the moment as it relates not only to the past, but to the future.
Shall I get to personally pick and manage the ship's email server?
Oh, not the email thing again. Just remember, part-time ain't gonna cut it. Remember, folks, in City Hall, they call it lobbying. And in our family, we just call it an offer you can't refuse. But you need me all day, every day. And together, we will make the family wealthy again. So please get your asses out this week and make everyone vote in your territory. We'll make Cosa Nostra great again.
Running a bit late. Your guards were confused. A godmother in the making isn't on their list yet. I'll get notice when El Trumpo nicks his deputy godfather.
All these truths used to be self-evident. Whatever we decide, let's do it soon. It's way past my bedtime. Now I'm going to bed. God save the Godfather.
I'm in love!